Now look at Mossy. Really? Oh, so that's how you're going to play it. You going to do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
What's really good, my people? Welcome into No Catch Up Sports Talk via Chicago. I'm your host, Sean Little. Big Nick the Quick with me.
Yes, sir.
A lot to talk about.
Go Fins. Fins up.
Yo, Fins up. Yo, Fins up.
Fins up.
Shout out to Fins, man. Me and Nick the Quick were both on the Dolphins last night. We'll talk about that. We'll talk when the NFL segment comes up. But we got lots to talk about. Lakers take control of the series, go up 3-1 last night. LeBron had free throw talk. He was guarding Jamal Murray to close the game in the fourth. A lot to talk about there. We'll recap that game. Heat look to close the Celtics tonight. Can they get it done? They're up 3-1 as well. Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, both 3-1. We've seen some crazy stuff happen in the bubble at 3-1. So we'll talk about that. We'll see if the Heat can close that out. And they ain't got no limit with No Limit Herro on the squad.
He's a bucket, baby.
So that might be closed out. We'll talk that, and then we'll get into NFL Week 3 preview. Some massive games: Dallas at Seattle. We got the Chiefs at Baltimore on Monday night. Bears have an interesting one at Atlanta. A couple injuries there. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Week 3. We'll talk about who's real, who's fake. Because there's some Fugazi squads out here running around. So we'll talk about that. And that's it, man. Big Nick the Quick.
Yes, sir.
What's happening? Fins up.
I just read this article right now. Hold on. It said Google has a 90% share in the U.S. search market, which is crazy, right? But you know what the first thing I thought about was?
Yeah.
Who are the other 10% of people who aren't using Google to search for something? Like, when's the last time? Like, what other search engine is there? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I have no idea.
Like, who is out here? You really gotta try hard to not use Google.
There's one called Go Duck or something like that, or I don't know, something that I actually was watching.
You got to go out of your way.
Yeah, I mean,
way out of your way.
It's people being rebellious, rebellious. Like I don't want to use that whatever.
Yeah, I mean that just popped up, and I'm like, who is out here really not using Google?
Yeah, no, it's true. All right, let's jump into it because we got a hard stop at an hour, and me and Big Nick the Quick like to rattle. So, let's wrap up the game last night. Lakers take a 3-1 lead. AD goes nuts to start. Let me get your thoughts on the game, and I got a couple questions for you, and then we could talk this free throw. I don't want to call it a scandal, but it's interesting. How'd you feel about the game last night? It got rocky for a second for the Lakers.
Yeah, it seems to be that way for them. Obviously, yeah, they came out. You and I were both talking. AD came out firing, looking like he was going to go for 50 last night. I think he started the game 7 for 7.
He was 6 for 6.
Was it 6 for 6?
All elbow jumpers. I'm like, this dude's trying to go for 80.
Yeah, he's out here trying to go for 80. The Lakers are dominating, clearly ahead, looking like they're going to cruise to an easy victory. But dude, like the Nuggets have shown all postseason, whether it's in a game, whether it's in a series, you cannot count these guys out. They keep playing hard. We talked about that. Everybody talks about it. They keep playing hard. For some reason, the Lakers have trouble putting them away, which is concerning overall for the Lakers going forward. But you let this team hang around. It gets real close in the end. At one point, it's tied up, and they're able to pull away. So overall, man, I mean, they took care of business. A win's a win, but they keep letting them hang around. I think at 3-1, there's no chance the Nuggets come back and win this series or even take it to 7. But you got to put them away and stop fucking around with this team. It's too dangerous of a squad. They got too much confidence. Jamal Murray is out here looking like I don't even know. Yeah, you got to put them away.
I got a couple. This is the thing, right? I think the biggest thing that they were lacking was cleaning up the glass for the Lakers. They have to out rebound the Nuggets
until the end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they have to. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna win out rebounding and then closing out these dudes like Jokic and Murray in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So report comes out that you know what? I want to get to the free throw thing first.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because this is always a sucker ass question, and I hate when media people. I mean, I guess we're part of the media, but I mean, like, I hate when this tries to be a talking point when a team is down 3-1. But I'm going to ask it anyway because I think it's been an interesting series, and especially these last. Going into the game, the last few quarters have been very, very suspect for the Lakers. Have the Nuggets been outplaying the Lakers in the series, even though they're down 3-1? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
And I know you know that's a sucker question because it's like they're down 3-1.
They're down 3-1.
Are they outplaying them have they out remove game one, right? They're coming off of a 7-game series, and we knew
game one. Game one was a wash.
So game one is a wash. Give that to the Lakers. But since then, you know what I mean?
I think the Nuggets go on spurts of thoroughly outplaying the Lakers, but they can't do it for 4 quarters. You know what I mean? I think that the Nuggets are playing. I think number one, it looks like they are because they're playing a lot better than we thought that they would. I think that we thought that after game one, a lot of people thought that this, even though we knew game one was a wash, I think a lot of people still thought, hey, this is going 5 and it's going to be an easy 5 for the Lakers. Right. It is not, even if it goes 5, it's not going to be an easy 5 for the Lakers. There's been some scary moments. So overall, no, the Lakers are playing better than them, but the Nuggets go on these runs where the Lakers just look completely flustered and can't do anything about it. And again, Murray's out here, playing with extreme confidence and hitting these shots. And taking these shots, number one, and hitting them. The Lakers can't do anything about it. But at the end of the day, the Lakers are winning the ball games. So I don't think they're getting outplayed, but they can't do anything to stop some of these runs. It's just the Nuggets can't close them out. Like last night, the Nuggets could not grab a rebound.
At all.
They could not grab a rebound at the end of the game. You got Rondo grabbing offense. It was 3 straight possessions where the Lakers got an offensive board. That can't happen. So you can't say that a team is outplaying another team when you cannot get a rebound at the end of the game for your life. You know what I mean? So I can't say that after watching that.
Yeah,
get one board. One board changes the entire game. You could not get a rebound to secure the game.
Listen, man, they have an extra win if they can get a rebound.
Yeah.
AD doesn't even get that shot if they can get a rebound in game 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a big part. The Lakers out rebounded them 51-39 last night. So yeah, that's an issue. And
that's a problem.
And Dwight Howard played really well last night too.
Great move by Vogel to put Howard in starting. Like Howard came out ready, and they had no answer for him. And the Nuggets had no answer for that size early.
Yeah,
athleticism.
He was giving them problems. He was cleaning up the glass. He was getting putbacks. Yeah, he
was fired up too. He was like,
he was happy to be playing.
He's like,
bro.
I'm ready to play. Yeah,
let's be honest.
Like, he doesn't know from game to game. Yeah,
yeah, he's not. He hasn't been getting any minutes.
Yeah.
Like listen, man. He used to be a superstar.
Yep.
And I know it's a long time ago now, but in his mind, he still feels like he can make an impact. So for him to get on the floor and make an impact, I don't even like dude.
Yeah.
And he made an impact. So it was good to see.
And he's ready. It's not like he used to be a superstar and he's not ready. That dude is 100% in shape and ready to go. So you know what I mean?
That is one thing. That's
he's
one
ready
thing
to go.
Say about him is his body has always been tip top.
Never fallen off in the gym. So yeah, shout out him for his late career. Yeah, I think he's obviously we've killed him over the years, but hey man, he's doing his thing.
Deservedly so.
Big asset. Yeah, for sure.
I want
without a doubt.
Like I've killed him over the years, deservedly so. He deserves every time I give Dwight Howard any slander.
Corny.
Because I wanted him. Well, he's corny, no doubt. But I wanted him to impose his will and be a real problem
offensively.
Offensively with the tools he had. I've never seen a player year in and year out come to the league with absolutely nothing on the offensive game changed.
Yeah,
it's like it was incredible. He took it for granted what he had, and he could have been an all-time great. There's no doubt about that in my mind.
He's still a Hall of Famer.
we need to start having Hall of Famer podcasts. Like, is he a Hall of Famer? And
I would call Dwight Howard a Hall of Famer. I mean, I think
we need to start having Hall of Fame podcasts. Like, we could break down each person for an hour. Like, we might have to do that because I'm not. Man.
Dwight Howard is like the floor.
You got no limit Herro in the Hall of Fame.
Like there was a while where I said Steve Nash wasn't a Hall of Famer, so don't come at
me. Okay, so it comes out that LeBron is at the league with I need the free throws, bro. Y'all tripping with this. What's going on?
Strategic. LeBron's been playing chess.
So I'm gonna play the Mike Malone clip because last night, so after LeBron complains, the Lakers shoot 35 free throws, and guess what? The Nuggets shoot 23. Here's Mike Malone, the head coach of the Nuggets, talking about that.
Part of it, there were, possessions where we played really good defense and just didn't finish it, which gave them extra possessions, extra life, extra opportunities. The ability to defend without fouling. They went to the foul line 35 times. I think I'm going to have to go through the proper channels like they did to see if we can figure out how we can get some more free throws. And then there were just a lot of breakdowns. I mean, we had a stretch where LeBron misses a free throw, gets the offensive rebound, put back. Caldwell Pope drives the baseline, gets a dunk. Caldwell Pope cuts to the basket. We don't tag from the weak side, layup.
So he said he gonna have to go through the proper channels.
Hey,
the way he said that, look. He easily could have got fined and said some real shit. Like, look, y'all are tripping with this. Like, that was unfairly refereed. Blah blah blah. He said it the right way. He
stepped around it.
He said, I'm gonna have to go through the proper channels and see what I can do about this.
You knew when that came out yesterday that already what it was going to be. You know what I mean? You knew that LeBron was going to get to the line last night. As soon as it came out that LeBron was unhappy with his fouls and the fact that he only went to the line twice in the game before, it was going to happen, man.
Especially
Adam Silver knows the drill.
Especially with
Can't upset the franchise.
With Scott Foster and his crew.
Yeah. Quick whistles.
They looking to blow the whistle. They can't wait to blow the whistles.
Quick whistles.
So it was almost like he knew Scott Foster and them boys was coming. He was like, let me get out in front of this for this game and say, look, I'm going to need to get to the line.
Yep.
Is that petty from LeBron? Is that some whole shit from LeBron? Let's keep it 100.
No.
That's just strategy?
You just hear about it. You think this wasn't happening back in the day, man? I don't want to hear that.
Wait, because I'm going to tell you this. Jimmy Butler would never do no shit like that.
Jimmy Butler can't.
What you mean?
He can't.
What you mean he can't?
He can't.
What do you mean?
He cannot.
So then who can do it? LeBron and LeBron only?
LeBron. That direct line, hey, I'm not getting enough calls. Usually the coach goes and says something about his team. We're talking about an individual player. I am not getting enough. That's not the Lakers.
That's
LeBron
not petty.
James.
That's not petty. That's
no.
Playing chess.
Listen, man, I just told you, LeBron is out here playing chess, has been for a long time. He can influence. It's different. Of course, you do it to your advantage. Of course, if you can get Draymond Green suspended for Game 6, wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess.
Or Game 5. I'm sorry, Game 5,
helps.
whatever one it was. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with doing anything that you can within the rules to win. Like, the only reason that people are upset about it is because they cannot do that.
No, see, I
I
don't agree with that because it's within the rules to do all this flopping shit and all this complaining shit, but it's not good for the game, and it's not.
But you watch soccer, everybody flops. The flopping, it's part of the game. I hate it too. I don't enjoy it, but again, you're gonna do it. If you were coaching the squad right now and you had Marcus Smart on your squad or Kyle Lowry, you wouldn't be like, "Hey guys, guess what? We're gonna stop flopping altogether. You guys cannot do it anymore."
Yeah, no, it's an individual thing. It's like I don't know, man. Listen,
I hear you. It's not great for the game.
Can you listen, bro? You don't get some calls in a game. You go to the league and you say, "Yo, G, what's going on here? I'm gonna need some more foul calls." Like, it's within the rules. I get it. Is it petty? Yeah, it is petty, bro.
It's petty to whoever leaked it.
You said that was supposed to be a silent meeting.
It makes the league look bad that leaks, and then all of a sudden he gets to the line 14 times.
Hey, that's actually a good point.
Yeah, that's a bad leak.
It leaks that LeBron goes to the league and asks for more foul calls, and then shows up to the Western Conference Finals, and their team shoots literally 12 more free throws than the other team. And he goes
from 2 to 14. Yeah, I mean, so exactly. That's what's petty. That's the petty part of it. Whoever in the league office leaked that email, or whatever, however it was communicated that LeBron went through, whatever channels LeBron uses, whoever leaked that, they're super petty.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
I hear where you're coming from, though. But hey, man, if I was LeBron, I would 100%. I'd make that call. Hey, man, Adam, I can't do it.
But you know what? But even this, how about this though?
Rich made that call. Rich popped up.
But listen. So it comes out that he goes to the league. Now I would have respected it more if he came out in the media and said something. Like, it just seems kind of hoish to go to the league. Do you know what I mean? He easily could have.
Do we know the exact? Do we know how this happened? Did he go?
No, that's the thing.
So we don't really know what happened. So maybe Vogel did go on his behalf. Who knows? Maybe when Vogel went to the league, it was LeBron James, like his case in point, saying, "Hey, how does this guy only get to the line twice?" Who knows? But I doubt LeBron picked up the phone, but he picked up the phone. You know what I mean? You feel me?
He didn't pick up the phone, but.
He picked up the phone. Yeah,
yes,
he picked up the phone. Yeah, LeBron is. Yeah, hey.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what needs to be done.
It's some suspect shit, man.
It's okay.
You come out in the league and you come out in the presser and you eat the fine and you're like, how is it possible that I get 4 free throws in a basketball game? I'm at the rim 3/4 of the game. So I don't know. It's a petty thing, and I'm not bending on that.
And then he spends 6 days listening to the national conversation around LeBron complaining about calls during the. He's in a lose-lose. I never met a guy who's in more of a lose-lose than this guy for whatever, man. You would do it too.
Okay. Well,
Jimmy Butler wishes he could, and I love Jimmy Butler.
We'll leave that. Jimmy Butler would never.
Tyler Herro might be able to.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this. I want to talk about Jamal Murray. And I want to talk about LeBron. Let's actually hear that audio. This is LeBron talking about guarding Jamal Murray to close the game in the fourth quarter last night. He says winning time.
I know it was winning time, and Jamal had it going. The kid is special. He has an array of shots, the triple threat from the three, from the mid-range, and also in the paint. And for me, it's just trusting my defensive keys, trusting my study of film, trusting personnel, and living with the results. So, I told my teammates that I had them, and everyone else can kind of stay at bay and stay home. And I was able to get a couple stops, and we was able to rebound the basketball, which is the most important thing.
Your thoughts on that from LeBron?
Yeah, I mean, he said it was winning time. He gets a lot of criticism for, especially during the regular season, essentially not playing defense anymore, and not quite being the defensive player he used to be when he was younger. But I mean, at the same time, he's carrying such a load for them offensively, mentally, everything. I mean, he is the Los Angeles Lakers. Davis might be, I don't know how to say this. I hate when people say like Davis is their best player, but LeBron's, you know what I mean? Like LeBron's the best player, but you know what I mean? Like Davis, they need Anthony Davis to really keep it going, but LeBron is the engine that keeps that thing going. So.
Anthony Davis is probably going to win NBA MVP or Finals MVP if they win the title.
But LeBron needs to play excellent for them to win the title. LeBron cannot have bad games. So with that being said, he could still lock up. And I think when it's winning time, and you might see this, you're going to see this going forward. Like when it's winning time, he's going to go ahead and he's going to pick up the best player, and he's going to lock up. So I mean, I'm not surprised that he did it. I love to see him do it because I think defensive people forget how good of a defender LeBron is when he's fully locked in. And when he picked up Derrick Rose in the Eastern Conference Finals. So I mean, I loved it, and he obviously did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
And when you see LeBron lock in like that, like you're the Lakers squad that's been playing with him all year and knowing like, okay, if he's playing D, like it's for real, everybody's gonna get a little more pep in their step.
Charles Barkley says a lot of things that he doesn't truly believe just to be funny.
Yeah.
But he's had a really good point about the Lakers and about AD and LeBron, kind of like what you're getting at is when those two guys bring the energy, the rest of the team they lift up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what they need to that's what they're gonna need to go ahead and win the title. And that was a really good point from Charles. I like that.
Well, the rest of that team is very suspect. I mean, let's keep it real. Like the rest of that squad, really three through whatever. Hey, I like Rondo. Rondo's not suspect.
Come on, dog.
100% been there before.
That's my guy.
And that's a huge addition for them. And you can tell LeBron loves playing with them because LeBron likes smart players, and Rondo's a smart player. So what he might lack in, whatever. Yeah, exactly. That's why he likes Caruso. That's his dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. So guys who make the right play. But Kuz, KCP, those guys are trick or treat. You know what I mean? They're either going to have a good game or they're net zeros. So they have to play well every single game. I mean, AD has to be a monster. He has to come out like that every game. LeBron
AD's got to score 30 every night.
He has to. He has to. 30 is his baseline. 30.
Yes. 30.
If you're not getting 30, it's not a good game for us.
Yes.
And you should be thinking 30 is a good start. You know what I mean? And LeBron needs to control the tempo like he does. And when they play like that, you can't beat them because no one has two better players on their squad, especially now. So
I mean, look, they got 12 from Dwight. They got 13 from Caldwell Pope. They got 10 from Kuzma, and they got
property tax.
And they got 11 from Rondo. So I mean, Danny Green, I think in the playoffs is like 3 for 70.
He's really awful right now.
I don't know what it is about his jumper right now.
But you know what?
It is awful.
If he went for 28 next game, you wouldn't be surprised.
Not even a little bit.
He had 8 threes and there he is.
Yo, the funny part is it's almost like he's setting everyone up for that.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be getting some
there will be a moment.
He's going to have a stretch of open looks like no one else has had because he's not hitting anything.
The Danny Green game is coming.
Yeah. So
it might come in the finals. He likes to do it in the finals.
Yeah, it definitely
He was almost finals MVP, so.
Yeah, it definitely could. Okay, we'll leave the Lakers there. I'm going to tell you, but real quick, who do you got in game 5?
Miami. I think they just need to close
No. Yeah.
Well,
we know you're gonna pick Miami.
Yeah,
bro. We already just relax a little bit. Let us get to the next game. We know you're gonna pick Miami, bro.
Biscayne Bay quick.
We know you like the heat, bro.
Cafecito. Feel me? We gotta hit South Beach. I got the Lakers, man. They close this out.
They just close it out.
That's time. When LeBron starts playing D in the fourth, the mentality might be different.
This is the thing, bro. I think it's easy to say that the Lakers will just close them out, but like these guys don't fold in Denver. So no. I think Denver gets a win, pushes it to 6.
Interesting.
And then they get that. Yo, you know what happens? That Denver gets a win to get to 6, and then the Lakers bury him in game 6.
Yeah.
15, 20 points.
You mean an all-timer LeBron game?
No, just like all right, enough of this shit. Like I'm gonna stick Murray all day. Then now this little Dwight on Jokic, so yeah, we'll see.
Hey, real talk. At which point does LeBron, you know what I'm talking about? When does he let it go, man?
When does he get that 45-point LeBron on?
No, the hair.
Oh, come on, dog. We've been talking about this for years. He should have been let it go. I don't even know why he was
looking rough last night.
I think he's just, I don't know, maybe for commercials and shit, so then they could like dye it up. I don't know, bro. It looks terrible.
You know what it looks like that? Like he's getting the best treatment money can buy, and it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. Maybe his follicles are just really dead.
Like he's not using the Walgreens brand shit. Like he's getting the real plugs.
Because we've seen some people come all the way back, and he's not coming all the way back.
I think his shit is done.
Dead, finished,
over with, bro. Barren, desert, Mojave.
Straight up. All right, let's move over to the Celtics Heat. I got the question on the board. Are the Celtics on vacation? I spelled vacation wrong. Oh
Vaction.
my gosh. Vaction. Wow. I gotta
Celtics
pull
on
that
Vaction.
down. On Vaction, bro.
Keep it up, man. We give you that real out here.
I gotta I spelled vacation wrong. I'm petty. I gotta pull that down. Hold on. We'll just keep that up. But are the Celtics putting those boys? Are the Heat putting the Celtics on vacation tonight? Are they closing it out? Is it Tyler Herro, Jimmy Butler time to close out that series?
Here's the thing with the Miami. Who knows whose time it is to close out that series on the Heat? We were talking about this on the group text. The thing that's scary about the Heat, like if you're Brad Stevens, you could have game planned for 8 days. At no point did you ever game plan for Tyler Herro absolutely killing you for 37. And someone said it best. It wasn't like he got hot. He was hot for 4 quarters. Like he was 100% their number one go-to option and running everything through him. And so you can't game plan for that. But the thing with the Heat is you don't know who's going to get you. It could be Jimmy. It could be Goran. It could be Bam. It could be Tyler Herro. And I think as a head coach, that's really hard to game plan for because they're not relying on any one person to get them their buckets. It's whoever's feeling it that night early on. We're just going to ride that person. And the other guys are just going to fall in line and do their thing. So with that being said, yeah, I think this is it. I think they're going home, going fishing.
He was giving it to you any way you wanted it.
Any way you wanted it.
Any bucket you wanted, Tyler Herro was giving it to you.
Anyway, Euro stepping.
Man, I was beyond impressed, bro.
Yeah.
It was beyond impressive what he was doing. It was
and he was full on running point.
That's a great point. He was full on. Yo, my guy controlled the entire game.
The entire game.
Off the bench. Tyler Herro controlled the entire game. You know when I knew it was over, bro? When he went to the basket and he Euro stepped and finished the layup. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is.
And they flash him with the smile.
Yo,
and he knew that's what he knew. It's like I'm cooking tonight. It's over with.
Because you ever watching the game and see a dude go to the basket and you're like, how the fuck is he gonna finish this?
Yes.
Like when I was watching
Jamal Murray last night.
When I was watching Jamal Murray last night,
yeah.
I saw him go to that basket with LeBron jump, and I'm like,
no chance.
How the fuck? Like this is what a terrible possession. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's not going to be able to finish that. And it was one of the best finishes of the year, right?
Right.
So he was in his bag. That's the only way to put it.
And again, like it was so impressive that it was 4 quarters of him just completely controlling the game. He was on the ball. It's crazy, man. I've been Tyler Herro all year. This is nothing new. I'm not on the bandwagon. I am the bandwagon. And yeah, it was just impressive, man. Like, and I love that team, man. I love how they play. And the other guys played well too. I think Jimmy had 24, Dragic had 20, Bam had 18, something like that. I mean, the rest of the dudes showed up.
You know how you just said, like, you don't know who's going to give it to you? I'm going to tell you this. Goran Dragic, you can count on that boy every single night.
Yeah.
Jimmy might not be there offensively. We've talked about that.
Well, he's there.
I'm going to tell you someone you could count on for buckets every single night. Goran the Dragon Dragic is going to get you buckets every single game. Like, Tyler Herro might not do that. Crowder might be off. If you need a bucket, go give it to Goran Dragic. He's incredible, bro. He's
really
been amazing.
Really good in the playoffs.
And I know I won't even go there.
And the Celtics still struggling with that zone.
Yeah, it's tough.
They just turn it over left and right. They have no idea what to do.
It's turnovers, it's shot selection. Let me ask you this. We know you think the Heat are going to win, and you want them to win. But kind of like we were talking about with the Nuggets, a lot of this series, the Boston has played really well, and they've kept up with them, and they've led a lot of the series. How does Boston get back into the series? Do they figure out the zone? What do they got to do to get back right?
Yeah, I mean, from the talent perspective, Boston is absolutely fully locked and loaded. So it's not like, they have multiple different guys who can kill you, multiple all-stars. So if you're Boston, you got to figure out that zone. You got to stop turning the ball over in the zone. You have to, like you said, better shot selection, play confidently, go back to the drawing board. You know that Miami's going to go back into that zone all day, because they know that you can't do anything about it, and they're just waiting for you to make mistakes. And Miami's going to capitalize on every single mistake. I was listening to somebody the other day that said this, and Miami always finds the open man. And it's true. They just always find the open guy. That's why it doesn't matter on their squad who's going to kill you. Whoever's going to kill you is who's open. Whoever's going to kill you is who has the best opportunity to kill you that night. So you need to recognize that and get on it early, play tighter defensively, but 100% figure out the zone. They look in shambles against that zone.
I'm going to tell you this. When they found Dragic in the corner late in the fourth on the swing, when they doubled up top and they swung it to Dragic in the corner, I was like, I bet you anything you want. This is cash out.
Cash all day.
Like it was no discussion that was going to be cash. So you're saying, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You're saying they got to figure out the zone, which would then in turn create better shot selection.
Stop turning the ball over.
They turn the ball over a lot.
Yeah, stop turning the ball over. Stop being so careless
and
with
Miami
the ball. But that's a product of the zone. Every time.
Every time. They make you pay every time. That's the
every time, because they got everybody. And the other thing with Miami is all these dudes can pass. Dragic can pass. Jimmy can pass. Bam can pass. Herro can pass. So they're going to find the open man. Crowder is in there to shoot threes. Duncan Robinson is in there to shoot threes. Those guys run on the fast break. They're fanning out to the three-point line and waiting to shoot. Duncan Robinson is here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to let that thing go. And the other thing with Miami is he can throw so many different looks at you. We said the other day, Olynyk and Nunn didn't even play. Zero minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they can match up however you want. But they just play so confident. They're so sure of what they want to do, and they execute. They're just so well coached, man. It was the same thing with Toronto last year. Like, you can look at a team and tell when they're confident in the game plan and the approach and what it is that they want to do, and everybody's on the same page. Because no one's really breaking out of the offense. No one's going. Even Herro had 37 on 20 shots. He had 37 within the flow of the offense.
For you to say 37 for Tyler Herro and then say 37 following it in the Eastern Conference Finals is still insane.
Yesterday I watched Get Up, and they opened up with 5 minutes on Tyler Herro, and I shed a tear.
Joe, I mean,
and then his interview,
he's just what you want in a young dude. Like,
yeah, and he's confident, bro.
He's not scared of shit. He's ready to play. But like I said about how even it's been through 4 games, they're tied. I know this was a big talking point on Twitter. They're tied 441 points to 441 points.
I never liked those. I never liked that.
But because you could get blown
each game
out.
Is different. Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, it's been a very even series, I would say. You don't think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been close
until the fucking scoreboard hits 0.
Until it's winning time.
Yeah, I don't exactly, man. Like you said it on the last segment. It's a corny statement. Like, I'm sorry, man. A win's a win, and a loss is a loss, and you really can't. If the Celtics get bounced, they're not going to be like, well, technically we won 3 games.
Total Celtics have in games total between game 2 and 4, which they both lost. They had 39 turnovers.
Yeah,
Celtics. That's insurmountable. But the crazy thing about all that is this is the thing I think where there's a little hope for Celtics fans and a little hope for me because I got a Celtics to win the series ticket. There's huge stretches of games where you could say that the Celtics are playing horribly and giving the game away, and they're losing the game by 5 points, 4 points. Like, so, I mean, if they clean it up, they have a shot to at least push it to 7. I'm just hoping it gets to 7 so I can hedge out.
Yeah.
Give me the 7, bro. Then I'm with you on the Heat. fuck is you talking about?
Right. No, I feel you.
I like watching them. They're a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
let me try to get to 7 heads out, and then who cares? I don't even care.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that one's going to be an L for you, man.
I think I might have to swallow
after
that
the night. I think it's over with.
I think Boston wins. I think Boston wins tonight.
We'll see, man. I think a lot of it depends on Tatum. What do you have? 0 in the first half, which cannot happen, and 28 in the second half.
It's every time the Celtics have been pushed to a must-win, they've won. So like Game 3 was a must-win. They fucked them up.
Yeah.
Now this is a must-win. They're gonna win, but then the Game 6 is where it's like that's where the shit's gonna be rocking.
Mine is more a confidence in Miami than it is not believing in Boston. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm more on Miami than I am off Boston.
Yeah, fair enough. I feel that.
Yeah.
Let me go back. I know I forgot to ask this question when we were talking about the Lakers, but let me go back. Let me ask you one question before we get to NFL. Is the bubble making Jamal Murray? Like, is he just, or has he found himself in the bubble? Like, is he gonna? Because I was
is he TJ Warren or is he a better Jamal Murray?
Yeah, I guess you could, if you want to put it like that, because I was reading some stuff on Twitter and they were. I mean, obviously it's Twitter takes, but like it's NBA talk and there's a lot of good stuff on there. I'm going through stuff and they were talking about like guys to put up 50-point performances in a single playoffs, and like that shit is really hard to do. You know what I'm saying? And
he's done
he's had multiple 50-point games in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell put up 50. Is it? And then essentially this guy's take was it's a completely different atmosphere. Like it's not Jordan in Madison Square Garden, hostile environment putting up 50. It's a quiet, reserved, controlled environment, and he's going for 60. So the question is the bubble making this Jamal Murray as we know him right now, or has he found his game and his real confidence in the bubble?
So I'm not going to sit here and again act like things like crowd don't make an impact and all that other stuff that they're just not, the variables that they're not dealing with 100% make an impact. Like we talk about this all the time. So I'm not going to say that, but in Murray's case, I think he has found himself, man. I mean, I don't think this is fluky, especially when the competition gets stiffer and stiffer each round. I think some of those bubble warm-up games and things like that, dudes were just out there playing YMCA ball, and someone might end up going for 60 because these dudes are we forget these dudes are so good at basketball. You know what I mean? If one of these dudes showed up at the gym and just started literally fucking around and playing at like 70%, we'd be like, Jesus. You know what I mean? Like right. They're so good at basketball. So with that being said, man, he's doing this in the Western Conference Finals. He's doing this in the semis. He's doing this, in games that matter. He's putting up the degree of difficulty of some of these shots that he's hitting are high. It's not fluky. And the defenses are 100% keying on him. So, yeah, I think that, I think that this is real, man. I think going forward, this is going to be a big launching pad for him. I think the thing with Murray in the regular season that he struggles with is consistency. He's the type of dude where he could go for 35 one night and then the next night go for 10. I think Shaq was saying this yesterday. He said you can't go for 20. Well, you can't go for 30 one game and 10 the next and say that you're a 20-point per game scorer. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to go out there 25, 26 every night if you're going to be that type of guy. So hopefully, like, for him and his confidence, like, this will be huge for him, right? So I don't think it's a fluke. I think he's going to be able to carry it over, but I'm not going to sit here and act like, the environment isn't playing some part in it, because absolutely it is.
Fair. I'll leave it there. Let's close it out. We got about 20 minutes with the NFL talk. Week 3. You talked to me early about, hey, I'm taking it easy on the betting because we know the NFL doesn't get really real until, week 3, week 4, week 5.
Especially with no preseason, limited offseason program, all that. Yep.
Yeah, you could push it all the way to week 5, say, right?
I'm certainly not making outlandish bets.
So you say you're not parlaying Falcons in the under and that type of shit with the
No,
Bears?
I'm not parlaying Minshew and
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, bro.
Minshew and
Minshew
who was it?
mania.
Minshew and
Boy,
who was it last night? Minshew and Fitzpatrick.
and Fitzpatrick, yo, fins up, baby. He took care of business last night. We was eating off that. Shout out Fitzpatrick. But I get that, and then no preseason and different. It's a different year. Not a lot to go off. So I get the logic. So I wanted to talk to you about who you think is real, who you think is fake through or going into week 3 of the NFL season.
Sure.
We know all about the AFC and Baltimore and Kansas City, and we're going to get to that game here. I want to talk to you about that game, and then we'll get to best bets too. We'll talk about those as well. But I want to get to the middle of the pack. Yeah. So we'll talk AFC first. We can remove Baltimore. We can remove Kansas City. We know they're real contenders. Out of this second tier of 2-0 teams, how do you feel about give me the best 2 teams out of this group? Buffalo 2-0, Tennessee 2-0, Pittsburgh, the Las Vegas Raiders. Who's real? Who's fake? Who's still up for discussion?
The best, or who do I trust the most going forward?
Let's do that. We can do that. Who do you trust the most?
So I'm gonna go ahead and say, who did you say? It was Tennessee,
Buffalo, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Buffalo, Buffalo. We talked about them last week. They know exactly what they want to do. I like teams and head coaches that know what they want to do. They want to go out there. They want to play defense. I know Josh Allen has gotten off to a hot start, but they're not relying on Josh Allen to throw for 5,000 yards and 35 touchdowns, right? They're relying on him to do what he has to do to win games. He's playing confidently. I like that team. I think without Brady in the division, even though Cam's playing out of his mind right now, I just think, New England is not as good as a team as they have been. So if it's ever
Buffalo, this isn't the first year that they've looked good. They looked good last year.
They looked good last year. Yeah, they're a team they're on the rise there. And again, we got to give Allen credit where credit's due. All you can do is ask your quarterback to improve, and that's what he's done. And that's important. Like, all you can do is ask him to improve, and he's steadily improving. So if he stays at this level, of course. And the reason the Pittsburgh Steelers, look, man, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Listen, I'm going to tell you why.
Okay,
I trust. I'm big on the quarterbacks, right? And I trust Big Ben. I know, first off, he's playing well right now, which is crazy for him for the beginning of the year because, I am on Big Ben. He usually takes the first 3 weeks as like a mini camp to get ready because he does nothing in the offseason. But he showed up ready this year. I like their team. They're coached well. They're not going to win that division, but I don't think they're going to be pushed at all from the Browns or Bengals. Those are going to be 4 easy wins right there for them. They'll battle it out with Baltimore. And I think that's a good wild card team. Okay.
There's a lot of interesting teams in this middle of the pack. Pittsburgh's defense looks very real, and Ben looks good early. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like Pittsburgh always gets a lot of love just because it's their Pittsburgh.
They always make the playoffs.
I don't know how tough they are, but we'll see. Tennessee, no love for Tennessee?
No. Don't trust the quarterback. You can't sell me property on Ryan Tannehill Island, man. I'm good. I can't trust him.
I hear you. Okay, so before we get into some of our favorite games of the week, we got in the NFC. These are the 2-0 teams.
Who are your? Okay, yeah. Hold up.
Yeah. I can't go too crazy because we don't have a lot of time, and I want to make sure we get through this stuff. So the Cardinals are 2-0. We know how you feel about them. The Green Bay Packers are 2-0. Rams are 2-0. The Seattle Seahawks are 2-0. And guess who the last 2-0?
Tough division, man. The last 2, Chicago Bears.
Bear down, 2-0, baby. How real is Arizona? How real are the Rams? Were we disrespecting the Rams because they had an off year last year and they had a down year, and we just kind of came into the year like they're not respecting them like we should?
I mean, they've kind of changed their identity as far as who they are as a ball club, right? Now they're a little bit more of a defensive team, it seems like. I mean, Goff is playing better. I really, again, comes back down to the quarterback. I do not trust the quarterback. Don't trust them at all. So I think, they would not be on my list of teams that I think is going to be doing anything going forward, because that division's just too tough, man. You got the Cardinals, you got the Seahawks, and the Niners. Like, to me, the Rams, it's between the Rams and the Cardinals for who the third or fourth best team in that division. And I love the Cardinals, but I think, again, man, the Seahawks and the Niners. Well, I don't know. With the Niners without Garoppolo, it's going to be an issue for them. So, and all those injuries that they just had, they might fall down. But yeah, I'm not big on the Rams.
Is Green Bay real?
Yes.
Let me ask you that. Yes.
They're going to win the division. Yeah.
Or do we not know yet?
No, they're going to win the division. We know.
Because they beat up Minnesota, who has probably the worst secondary in the league. Without
Defense
question.
is terrible.
They're very young, and they had to rework the whole squad, and it showed. We'll leave it at that. And then who's the other team they just beat up? The Lions. The Lions are shit. So
cupcake schedule.
I understand.
Cupcake division that they're going to run through.
I understand everybody loves Aaron Rodgers, and I do as well. He's probably my favorite quarterback of all time. I need to see some more from them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Again, they're gonna cruise to a division win, and for me, that always makes them dangerous because you get Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, and again, I think we talk about it. Aaron Rodgers is our guy, and I'm not worried about them. Who would I say is Fugazi in that group? The Bears,
without question.
Yeah, and
without question, Fugazi.
Sorry,
no doubt.
I mean, yeah, definitely Fugazi. If they win another one, if they win at Atlanta this weekend, depending on what it looks like at that point, I'm gonna start giving them some respect, but still shaky.
Man, now you're gonna give them respect if they beat the Falcons?
Yeah. 3-0 is 3-0, and that's a road win.
No.
I mean, y'all are over here ready to put the farm on Matt Ryan.
Listen, it should be interesting.
On my no list, Matt Ryan is fucking chief CEO of the no bet list.
Yo, and starting Monday morning, we're gonna start having a Bears only recap with our guy Eli Cabaron, old super locked in with the Bears. Used to be a journalist on their team over there. So he's super locked in, super knowledgeable. So I'm looking forward to that. Me, Nick the Quick, and Eli will be doing Bears recaps Monday morning. We'll get back to that. But let's talk about the biggest game of the week since we don't have too much time. The Chiefs are going to Baltimore on Monday night to play Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Who do you like? Why do you like? Because I know who I like.
Yeah, I love the Ravens in this. I think the Ravens best defense in the NFL, offensively know exactly what they want to do. Lamar is, picking up where he left off last year. And that's just a tough team, man. I think when you look at regular season squads that you want zero part of, the Baltimore Ravens are number one on that list. I think they're the best team in the NFL right now. And I think the Chiefs are still kind of getting a little bit into their groove.
I think it's just a really, really good spot for the Ravens.
Yeah, it's a great spot for the Ravens.
They're 2-0, very high confident, and they've been busting everybody's ass. They're at home on Monday night. Kansas City is traveling again for the second week in a row. They went to LA, now they're going East Coast. They feel like this is a bigger game, I feel like, for the Ravens, for their psyche. They played these guys the last two times. They lost both times. This almost feels like a must win for them to kind of impose their will on the AFC. That's how I see it. I think it's a really big spot. I think it's a really good spot for the Ravens to finally get a win against the Chiefs and kind of say, hey, we're the big dog in the AFC currently. Chargers defense is really good. So I don't want to say, the Chiefs look terrible, but they didn't look that great.
Well, they let Justin Herbert throw a ball for 311 yards in his first game. And let's talk real quick, this team doctor.
Oh, the Tyrod. I mean, if I'm Tyrod.
Was this a replacement doctor because the NFL didn't want to pay him?
Tyrod is going to get paid.
Yes.
And I hope he gets paid a bunch. And I hope if he can breathe correctly or not, that he's out there like, my lung capacity is half of what it was.
So the Chargers.
I can barely tie my shoes without losing my breath now. I need the big dumb check because I was probably going to have a massive year and sign a big ass extension.
Yeah. Hey, I'm needing this to be the Los Angeles Tyrods ASAP.
No, like I'm at the litigation. Like I was feeling the best of.
Oh my
ever.
God, working out. I had great rapport. You can watch Hard Knocks. I was looking great. I was looking
What?
sharp, spry. Future earnings, 100 million.
And Lindsey loves me. He was gonna let me do whatever I wanted. I was gonna have 4,000 yards passing, and I just didn't have the opportunity because my man wanted to puncture my lung.
Yeah, need
So
that.
somebody got to pay. That's why I like the Ravens. I think it's just a good spot. And I know we were going back and forth in the group message, and I've never seen this Mahomes team a plus 180 on the money line.
Tells
And
everybody to know.
all that tells me is Vegas is trying to avoid people, the sharp big groups from pounding the Ravens.
Yeah.
So they need to make this number minus 200 if you want to take the Ravens. And the line opened at 3 and went to 3.5 and has not went back down to 3. So if you know anything about betting, you know how key of a number 3 is in the NFL, 3, 4, 7.
Yeah.
So I think that's a massive, massive play. I think that's going to be a really good game. Monday night has that. Man, if the fans were around for this one.
Does
This would be
Baltimore allow
crazy.
any fans or no?
I don't know, man. It seems like that shit is like city by city.
How about the NFL is just like, yeah, you guys make your own rules on that.
Yeah, it's just like I think it's a state thing.
Yeah.
Hey, have we heard from Earl Thomas?
No.
Where is Earl Thomas?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I know that Baltimore sent him home, but has he not got any looks? Is he not on anybody's radar?
He's trying to get his 10 million.
Oh yeah, I know he's trying to get that bread. Maybe he can't sign for another team while he figures that out. But
Yeah, I know he's trying to get his 10 million.
Man, he must have been a nuisance for him to.
Well, didn't he punch somebody in the face?
But I feel like people get in scraps all the time. To get kicked off the team and you're that quality of a player.
Yeah.
He must have been a problem all across the board.
Yeah. They were like, "Yeah, man, we need you to go."
Go ahead. Yeah, hey.
Especially when you're a contender too. It's like, yeah, hey, man, we can't even have you here.
Yeah. Another interesting game. How do you feel about Cowboys Seahawks? Both have been throwing it around the park all over the place. We know we saw Dak slinging it against the Falcons.
Yep.
Russell Wilson has he has 9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Or 7, 8 touchdowns. He leads the league touchdown passes. I don't know the exact number, but he's been going crazy. They've been throwing it all over the place. The total number is 56. So they expect a shootout.
Yeah, well, that Seattle defense is sus.
Yeah, especially the pass defense.
The secondary is super suspect. So, I mean, I think, it's going to be a shootout, but I got Russell Wilson in the shootout for sure.
Yeah, it's an interesting game because it's not really like Dallas can go down 1-2 and be tied for first place in the NFC East.
That division is trash.
So, they don't feel too much pressure, but that's that. What did I used to call that slot? The primetime, the third primetime slot.
The second Sunday game.
Yeah, Sunday. There's Sunday night. There's Monday night.
Yep.
And then there's the Sunday after late afternoon.
Late afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, the late afternoon is the prime time. It's the third prime time game.
It's the Dance Romo spot. If it's an AFC game.
All right, let's close it out. Best bets. We went 3-0 last week, ladies and gentlemen. We was trying to get you this bread.
Let me pull up my ticket here.
Yeah, pull up your ticket. Best bets, best plays this weekend. It's been a good month for me. I've been cooking. Shout out Fins Up.
Fins Up, baby.
Our boy came through yesterday. So I'll kick it off. My best bets of the weekend. Patriots -5.
Ooh, you like that, huh?
Oakland going across country. I've never seen a team like I saw on Monday night with Oakland literally throw the ball to one player no matter what. And that's what they did to Waller in the tight end. A lot of underneath stuff. And I think Belichick, what does Belichick do best, Nick? He takes away your best asset.
Your best asset, yep.
So he's going to shut down the tight end play, Waller for Oakland. And I think it's a good spot for those guys to get a win by a touchdown or more. I like the Patriots -5. Give me one.
Buffalo -1.5 at home against the Rams.
Interesting.
I think that's a tough game for the Rams to travel across the country to Buffalo. And I don't that line confuses me because I feel like Buffalo should be laying more than just 1.5 on that game. So definitely going with Buffalo on that one, the -1.5.
Okay.
Explain to me why. Am I missing something?
Buffalo hasn't played anybody, and they were getting gashed on by Miami. And then they played the Jets, and then they played Miami, and Miami was moving the ball. I had the over in that Dolphins Bills game. Miami was moving the rock, and they don't have the weapons that the Rams have, and the Rams they're going to have to also deal with Aaron Donald and those boys. So
I wonder if it's trappy.
It is a little trappy. That's one you might want to stay away from. But
some of the line just doesn't make sense to me. And
so you're gonna take the home team and
you stay away. But at the same time, yeah, I mean they're not. Yeah, I would think it'd be -3 Buffalo, but yeah.
Yeah. So okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 picks for y'all. Baltimore minus. I'm gonna buy. It's currently -3.5. I'm gonna buy the point to 3 and take Baltimore for a couple units. I like the Ravens -3 at home, and we got to get off here pretty soon. So hustle through.
Saints -3 at home. I ride with the Saints at home. 3, great. Take it all day.
Is it down? I know it was at 3.5 against the Packers. It's down to 3.
I got a 3 at FanDuel.
Okay, word.
Yep.
3 at FanDuel. That should be it. Man, you picking some tough ass games.
I got more rules, man. Saints at home.
I'll close it out like this. Teaser. I got the Rams +7.5 and the Giants +10.5.
Have fun.
Yeah. Rams +7.5, Giants +10.5. The Niners are completely destroyed at a lot of positions.
Key positions.
I'll take the points, or I'll create the points in the teaser at home with the Giants. I like that. Best bets, that's it. Go make some money. We'll leave it there. We'll see y'all Monday morning. Make sure y'all lock in with us for the Bears recap. Me, Nick, Eli Cabaron are going to hop on and break down that game first thing Monday morning. For Big Nick the Quick, I'm your host, Sean Little. Make sure you subscribe everywhere, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. No Catch Up, Sports Talk via Chicago. We out of here.